This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
Now in Eyewitness News at 3, breaking news. One day after the U.S. struck several nuclear sites in Iran, a no-war protest now forming in L.A. We're live.
The demonstrations are happening as Iran promises to respond to yesterday's strikes. The U.S. and the world are now waiting to see what happens next. Meantime, the Iranian-American community here in Southern California are worried about loved ones overseas.
It's just really sad, and because of my nationality too, I really feel for my people.
It hurts, and I know how privileged I am to live in America, but you can't solve hate with hate, and I think people need to realize that history repeats itself.
And new this afternoon, a man and woman shot and killed. The shooter then taken out by an off-duty sheriff's deputy who just happened to be nearby. More of this new video just in from the Inland Empire. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Sophie Flay. You're watching Eyewitness News at 3, live on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. We begin with breaking news. A growing protest in Westwood near the Federal Building. Demonstrators
are there in response to the U.S.'s bombing of Iran, saying they do not want to see America involved in a foreign war. You can see a crowd of about 100 people gathered here at the entrance to the federal facility in Westwood. They are being blocked at the entrance there by what looks like either National Guard or U.S. Marines, of course, brought to Los Angeles by President Trump against the wishes of Governor Newsom. Everything seems peaceful at this point. There doesn't seem to be much interaction. A lot of pictures being taken between the military members and those demonstrators. And we will continue to keep an eye on things. But right now, good news. Things look peaceful. Of course, this is part of a larger nationwide movement today.
Yeah, this happening on Wilshire Boulevard, but we're seeing no war on Iran demonstrations in parts of the country, other parts of the country. On the left is video from New York City earlier today. Dozens of people gathered near Times Square. And on the right is video from Washington, D.C. A group of veterans joined a large crowd in front of the White House gates. As you can see, they were holding signs that read, "Remember Iraq, no more wars based on lies."
Now, the U.S. preparing for possible retaliation from Iran.
New satellite images show the destruction after the attacks. The main concern now is for troops overseas stationed at bases in the Middle East who might become targets for Iran. The Department of Homeland Security also warning of heightened threat environment here in the U.S., particularly low-level cyber attacks against U.S. networks.
The U.S. attack focused on 3 targets, all nuclear sites south of Tehran. Iran now vowing a response, saying its military will decide the timing, nature, and scale. Meanwhile, an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council is underway with the Iranian ambassador condemning the U.S. attack. Members of President Trump's cabinet say the U.S. is not at war with Iran, rather its nuclear program, and that the U.S. is not seeking a regime change. But just in on his social media platform, President Trump floating the question, why wouldn't there be a regime change?
The U.S. airstrikes in Iran are weighing on many people here in the Southland. Los Angeles is home to the largest Persian population outside of Iran. L.A. Mayor Karen Bass announcing last night that sensitive sites like places of worship will now see extra security patrols. We spoke to various people in Pershing Square. Many are in favor of the U.S. bombing the Iranian nuclear sites because they believe it hurts the Iranian regime and not the people of Iran. Some, however, don't think the U.S. should be involved in a conflict between Iran and Israel.
What